Okay, I'm going to try something a little different here as far as how to record this, so I hope this comes through clearly. But today, because we've just finished a really nice 9-series free documentary on aired on Facebook, I just have some thoughts and ideas that I want to present. I also just saw something posted from Dr. Mark Hyman, and I've mentioned him before. Um, and he posted something about 5 strategies for fighting cancer or preventing illness, and I'm going to build on that and combine some things from the global quest for the cure. And both of these things focus on cancer as the illness. But what I've really come to recognize is that the illness comes from the same dysfunction in the body, and it might just show up as a different label, a different thing. But how to prevent or resolve or improve a condition, it's the same. So here goes with my 10 strategies for preventing illness. And I'm going to start with the first 5 that Dr. Mark talks about. And his first one is ditch processed sugar. That's really key for all of our health issues, and especially those that are dealing with cancer. Even natural sugars in excess, the body still sees carbs and fruits, sugars in fruits and honey and stuff. That's still a sugar and can put stress on the body, especially those who are already dealing with sugar imbalance issues that have different titles like types of diabetes. So number 1 is start reading those labels. Start recognizing that it's not just going to say cane sugar. It might say, oh, I'm drawing a blank. It's not because the camera's on, is it? But the high fructose sugar, corn sugar, dextrose, there's a lot of ways they hide the fact that they're feeding you sugar. So it's important to know that. Number 2, and this is from Dr. Mark, through his practice, his determination is that there are really 2 key food groups that cause a lot of inflammation for everybody, whether or not you have a diagnosis that supports it, because it's acute inflammation. You're going to have a consistent but lower levels of inflammation if you don't have a diagnosis. But gluten causes a lot of problem in the body, and so does dairy. So he's recommending that you eliminate or cut back as much as you can both those items. And then how can you consume things to help your body with that kind of an issue? So here are some things. Consuming omega-3s, and however you choose to get them, whether it's from eating fish or taking a supplement. Turmeric, you can find that really easily in the grocery store, either in the spice section, in a little bottle, and there's also turmeric that you can find in the supplement section. Resveratrol, which comes from grape, especially I think it's Concord grapes. And bromelain is another one that I have, which comes from pineapples, and that you can try to supplement your diet with whole, fresh pineapple. And you want to get it yourself so that you're going to consume the core. The core is where there's the highest concentration of bromelain. If all that stuff doesn't sound easy for you, let me share with you what I do, because I'm confident in all the qualities of these products, and also it's easy. and easy goes, there's a lot to be said for being easy. So this product is called Ease. I don't know if there's too much glare on there. It's capsules, and there's also a green lip mussel from New Zealand, very effective in inflammation, especially for those that have joint issues. There's also the bromelain and turmeric and serendipitase. Great things all for helping to control inflammation. And why is that important? Which leads into number 3, is to reduce the inflammation. This is a quote from Dr. Mark Hyman's article, which I will post in the comments at the end of this posting. And he says there's the main factor in diseases like cancer is coming from inflammation, and that would be long-term, whether it's high levels of inflammation, just having a consistent amount of inflammation sets the body up for a condition that is makes it more hospitable for diseases, and one of them being called cancer. So what else can you do? That I also had mentioned the omega-3, and I'm on the West Coast. I have an awareness that Fukushima still introduces radiation to the Pacific Ocean on a daily basis, and it's been years, and it will continue for years. So I kind of want to limit the amount of fish products that I'm consuming. And when you get most of those fish omegas from fish, it doesn't necessarily tell you where they're coming from, and some of it comes from krill. This product, Mega X, is plant-based. I really like that it's plant-based, and it's grown in Canada or some of the northern states of the US. So that makes it very renewable. It doesn't put pressure on food stocks that are in the ocean that might also, especially the krill, support a lot of other animal life, and I'd rather not be getting my my omegas from that source. What's also great about the Mega X is that it has 3, 6, 9, and then I'd never even heard of but 5 and 7. It turns out 7 is really important for weight loss. All the omegas have great benefits, so I like that I'm getting more than just one source of omega when I'm taking specifically an omega-3 for inflammation. So moving on to number 4 is he recommends improving gut health, and there are multitudes of articles and studies and research being done on how much your gut health has, it influences all aspects of your health. So there are a lot of choices, and something to consider is you're trying to ingest something that should be alive if it's going to do you any good. It's got to go through your stomach acids, which is a very toxic, or I should say harsh environment. And it is designed to kill pathogens, but it also kills good bacteria. So you need something that when you're consuming bacteria that you want alive in your body, a mechanism of delivery that's going to get it through your stomach acids. So I take something that's encapsulated, and that way the capsule is formulated so that it can withstand and doesn't really dissolve until it's pretty much through the stomach acid part of your system, and therefore the area of your body that you want these critters alive, they're being delivered there alive. So that's ProBio 5. So let's talk a little bit, because sometimes people will go, well, there's only 5 strains. I take something that's got more. Or you might also look at the number of live cultures and going, well, that's not really very much either. So therefore it's no good. Let's talk about that. in Dr. Mark's article, he talks a lot about and using that creating a healthy soil for your body, or using the euphemism of soil as the basis for a healthy body. I'm going to use that outdoor gardening analogy because that's where I was trained, was in horticulture. So if you think of your digestive tract as a lawn, and there's so many things in our daily life or our lifestyles that are harsh on our gut bacteria. Certainly taking antibiotics can be non-discriminatory and kill off a lot of good guys along with what you're after it to kill. So if you think of your gut as a lawn, it's got a lot of things growing in it, and what you want is the green grass. But certainly if you have upset that balance, either through prescriptions often are hard on your good bacteria, alcohol consumption, they say specifically list birth control, drinking chlorinated water. That's designed, the chlorine's in there to kill bacteria. So if you're drinking your tap water and it's not filtered, you're introducing something that will have an adverse effect on your balance of good to bad bacteria. So if you're back to the lawn, you especially for us, my lawn's not that way. We just had a drought. I didn't water. The lawn took a big hit. There's a lot of open spaces. And guess what, this spring? Did I have a flourish when the rain started of lawn? No. I had a flourish of, well, some of the lawn, but I had a flourish really of weeds. So when you're taking a probiotic, and all your probiotics have to be attached to your gut wall. That's how they communicate with your body. That's how they influence you. If they're not attached to your gut wall, they're just in with your digesting material, and it'll go out with the material you're digesting. So it needs to attach. If there is no space in your nice green lawn, or whatever your lawn condition is, it passes through. If you have a lot of weeds, if you're the balance in your gut flora is upset and you have a lot of weeds, if you just throw lawn seed out on your lawn, are you going to really change the balance in your lawn? Not so much. You really need to address the weeds, and that's what this probiotic is exceptional for. It has several ingredients, several enzymes that are designed to put pressure, make it uncomfortable for the weeds. And there is one strain in here that's actually a yeast, and it's Saccharomyces espellardi. I believe I said that right. But that yeast is going to be like fighting fire with fire. The enzymes are going to work on the outer hard shell of the non-beneficial flora that's in your gut. It tends to have a hard protective shell. Enzymes work on it. This other yeast comes and is able to break through and get in there and actually kill it. So that's why not all your probiotics are going to do the same job. Even question number one, are they alive when you buy them? Are they alive when they get to where they need to be in your digestive tract? And are they addressing the weeds? And this does all of that. So it's a very economical, doesn't have to be refrigerated, great choice on a probiotic. The other part about your gut health is it's part of your detox system. And if you aren't eliminating, you're not detoxing, and you're not functioning the way you should. So certainly having good gut health in your gut flora will help with that, but you might need more than just that. And I love this one, BioCleanse. It does so much. So many of us are deficient in magnesium, and magnesium has over 300 functions in your body, and one of them does help with elimination. So the other aspects of this product really helps to pull toxins out of your body, and that just happens to be part of number 5, is detoxing your body. So yeah, this really important. And along with being able to get toxins out of your body, you also have to be educating yourself and knowing where are your toxins coming from. Some of them we can control and some of them we can't. I know they're now doing a lot more information is coming out. They're studying and looking for where can we find the active ingredient that's in Roundup. And they're finding it shockingly in everything. It's been sprayed aerially. So whether or not the area that, I live in an area that's surrounded by agriculture. I don't spray Roundup, but I probably have Roundup on residue on the plants I grow, the things that I consume from my own garden. So yeah, we need to know where things are coming from and what we can do to control what we can control, what we're putting in our mouth, what we're putting on our bodies. Your skin is your largest organ, and it absorbs everything you put on it. So take a look at your skincare products, your personal care products, shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste. Yeah, there's your laundry soap. How much time we're usually not running around naked, right? So you've got skin contact to residue from your laundry soap, and then you go to bed, and whether you're sleeping in something or just on those sheets, that's all. You're 24 hours a day, you're exposed to whatever the residue is from your laundry soap and your fabric softener, which I would look into getting rid of or going to an organic source on that. The fabric softeners tend to be pretty harsh on your body. So what else? There is something that I hadn't mentioned as I look on my notes. When I was talking about reducing your sugar, that actually is what brought me to the whole line of Plexus products, because I had a really bad case of sugar cravings, and even though I thought I was eating healthy, I was raw food juicing in the morning and usually ate a pretty good lunch, and the rest of the day was terrible because I would succumb to the food craving, sugar cravings, whether it was sugar or carbs. And I started adding this little stick pack. Makes a little pink drink, very simple to use it daily. And from the first day I used this product called Slim, I really noticed that I didn't have that intense angst about wanting something that was sugary. I also had a better, more balanced energy. It also made a difference in my not feeling a need for a stimulant like a coffee or caffeinated sodas or something. So that was a great tool for me. So other things that are important for supporting your body so that it can do what it's designed to do. It talked about nutrients, the Global Quest. There was one interview, and it actually came up in so many of them, the importance of having nutrient-dense foods, which it's not always easy for us to do and not always easy to get the micronutrients. For the cancer specifically, your body really needs to be pumped up with vitamin C, vitamin D plays a huge role. It needs to be available for your body so that it can have its immune system fully activated. So again, I really thought, oh, really? They make a multivitamin. What's the big deal about that? So I did the research on it, looking into it, and first reading the label, I even thought, well, there's not a lot of things listed on the label, and they're not really bumped up high daily amounts, ICUs or whatever those things are. But there's aloe in there. What's the deal with that? Aloe has been researched hundreds and hundreds of times. Close to 1,000 different research studies have been done on aloe. And it has been proven that when aloe is present in your gut, it helps your gut to absorb the nutrients that are in there. So this is, I think, the only vitamin that I know of that has something that boosts the absorption of the nutrients. It's also important that the nutrients that you're getting come sourced from something natural, because your body can tell the difference. Even though they might be able to restructure a molecule that's the same. I think vitamin E is the one that can be toxic when it's a synthetic vitamin E. Your body doesn't fit into the lock and key system like a naturally sourced vitamin. So it's important that whatever vitamin you choose to take, that they are natural. And so they'll be bioavailable, they'll be absorbable, they'll be something that your body can work with, and that's what the X Factor offers. It also has extract of the New Zealand black currant, which is highly nutritious, and that's where a lot of the mineral and macronutrients are coming from in X Factor. It does not list iron. I can tell you I used to have an issue with iron, and since I started taking X Factor, I don't have any problems with my iron level being too low. Or my vitamin D, and B12. Those are ones that can be hard as we age for our body to absorb, and I can see in my blood work an improvement since I started taking this one. So yes, there is something different about this one, and a lot of people who had an upset stomach from taking a vitamin, so they tried this one, and again, they didn't have issues with it. So I can highly recommend that. Even just taking aloe without an aloe that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, like a drink. There's some aloe drinks and they're really high in sugar, and that's not the combination you really want for full health and supporting your body. I have fallen in love with what aloe is, so I grow some, and I'll just throw a piece of it in when I do smoothies. So that's another way you can do it yourself. Number 7, clean water. Really important to be drinking clean water. As I even mentioned, your tap water comes to you without bacteria, but it comes with chlorine, which you should be removing. And I actually think that your tap is the safest place, hear me out, because you want to filter it. You definitely want to filter your water. You want to know what's in it. You want to know what your filter is taking out. And I used to use an inexpensive on-the-counter pitcher. I found out it doesn't really do much because the filter in it is chunks of charcoal. So everything takes the path of least resistance. And how are you going to get those molecules of contaminants out? If it can take the path of least resistance, it can come out pretty much the same as it went in. It might get some of the chlorine, but if you want to be getting that stuff out and still not have a really expensive water filter, Google solid carbon block filters. There are several options, and if you can't find them, you can ask me what I'm using, and I'm happy to share that with you. It's a little more than the one I used to use, but I want clean water, and I didn't want to do a whole house system that's hundreds or thousands of dollars. This is a very inexpensive option. I don't want to drink bottled water because there's no guarantee that it doesn't have chlorine in it. There's no guarantee that it doesn't have fluoride in it. There's no guarantee that that water bottle hasn't been sitting on the shelf for a long time, that it's been exposed to warm temperatures, and the plastics, the endocrine system disrupting chemicals in the plastic haven't leached into that water. Plus, it's also a really bad environmental option. So I use a glass bottle, and it takes a little getting used to remember to fill it. It's pretty big. It's 20 ounces, so usually that'll be enough for me. I was originally afraid I'd break it. That rubbery plastic sleeve protects it, really does. I dropped it numerous times, and yep, it broke. But it was the plastic lid, not the glass. The glass never chipped, never cracked, but the plastic lid broke. So this is my second one, but the first one lasted me, I'm sure, 2 years. Great investment for your health. So number 8 is sleep. Sleep is the time that your body naturally detoxifies intensely and repairs. And if you're not getting enough sleep, that's a key part in the whole picture of having a healthy body. And there really is nothing that you can be doing everything else perfectly. But if you're not getting enough sleep, if your body's not able to repair and your body's not able to detox, you won't have perfect health. So important to find means to improve your sleep. Okay, so maybe you're not getting good sleep. Again, this helps a lot of people, and it helped improve my sleeping because it's balancing. It's also balancing your hormones, and for some people that can be the key. When I first added the BioCleanse, oh my goodness, another huge improvement in the quality of my sleep. For some people, they can't take it at night because it actually has oxygen in it and it energizes them. But for me, it was another key part for better sleep. And then a more recent product we added was this Mega X. And for me, this really makes a difference as well. Normally, because I have other sources of in my diet for my omegas, I usually figure out I can get away with one. But if I know I've not been sleeping well, or I know I'm somewhere where there's unusual noises, or if I'm traveling, I take 2, and it makes a huge difference in how deeply I sleep. So yeah, there are natural ways to support your body to help you over that hump so you can get that sleep you need. Reducing stress. And I know that's not a new one for us, and it still might be, well, what can I do? But a lot of the things that I've pointed out start supporting your body, and a lot of people find that they just don't get the angst anymore. Gut health and anxiety are highly connected. So supporting your gut can do a lot for reducing your stress. It doesn't sound like that works, but I'd suggest you try it. And also omega-3s have research that links and supports that helps you eliminate or manage your stress, is the verbiage that they've used. They helps you to manage your stress. So moving on, okay, number 10 is exercise. And you might be thinking, yeah, but I come home at the end of the day and I'm exhausted and I just can't work it in. Well, again, the more you are supporting your body with the things it needs, then it's going to function more efficiently, and you might just find that you have more energy. It might just be that at the end of the day, you can come home and accomplish some task around the house that you normally put off to the weekend. But you know what? That's a physical task. It's a little bit more exercise. That's helping you, and that opens up more time in your weekend to do something else. People will often, I don't have kids, but they'll say that when they've supported their body with natural products, they have more energy when they come home, and they find that they're more able to play with their kids. That's exercise. However it starts for you, it can be a catch-22. Once you get enough energy to start moving, that gives you more energy to keep moving. And the more you keep moving, the more it helps with your overall health. So if you don't know how to start with natural ingredient products that support your body. And that'll help with your overall health. So the last thing that was mentioned, especially in the Quest for the Cure, because they were saying, you know, we have these great protocols. There's all these different clinics you can go to, and at every clinic, people respond differently. They have a different result, the different way that their body actually is responding. And then what they're realizing is, again, part of the whole picture, no matter what the protocol is for whatever issue, it's your mindset. Makes a big difference. Your body responds to your thoughts. It responds to, there's a chemical response that's different if you're anxious or angry or upset. Those chemicals are not easy on your body. But when you're more relaxed, when you're can actually be in a more joyful state, certainly at ease, you'll have a better result. And there is a lot of studies too that show that when you envision something happening and you live it, that emotion of it happening, the good things, they're more likely to happen. So it's the same in your physical health. So the more you can be comfortable with whatever your protocol is to achieve better health, then the better your result will be. So I hope that helps. Hope it hasn't been too long, but it's a condensed version of all those over 12 hours that was just presented, and I know I've talked to a lot of people who just didn't have time. So trying to just give you nuggets of what you can do, start doing, because health is so critical to the quality of life you have. And it's my passion to help people find a better health and a better quality of life. So awesome. I hope you guys, it's a Friday, so I'm thinking I hope you have a great weekend. Always make it a great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.